Hi everyone, we are now at day 10 of 12 days of a West Ham Christmas. This is a subject poached to me by Eden Pickering. Eden, thank you very much for this. I'm going to talk about my top 10 favourite West Ham shirts that I currently own. So let's go with the shirt that takes the number 10 spot. So as you can see, this is the old Macron away shirt from, was it 2009-10 season, if I remember correctly, or 10-11, one of the two. I really loved this when this shirt first came out, because it was the Thames Ironworks style dark blue with the claret and blue here on the collar and the little X on the front of it with the crossed hammers. Very nice little way of doing things. Nice little, I like the neckline about it as well. There's some very good memories for it, and to be honest with you guys, as this was Macron and we had a lot of problems with these, I'm actually very impressed that this has actually lasted as good nick as it currently is. It's definitely my number 10 out of all the shirts. I actually own 12, not counting the home and away shirt for this season. I absolutely love this. I would loved it at the time, wore it all the time when I first bought it, and I can't believe that 10 years, almost 10 years later, it is still in such an immaculate condition. Guys, let me know what your thoughts are about this shirt as well. Did you like it when it came out? They came out to a lot of criticism at the time because it was the dark Thames Ironworks blue, and everybody was hoping to have a bit more of a West Ham away white shirt. But for me, as I say, this is my top 10. And this is my 9th out of 10 all-time favourite West Ham shirts that I currently own. I absolutely love this. Again, when this came out, I absolutely loved it. This is one of the first videos I ever did on this channel, was reviewing this shirt when this came out. I love the retro 80s style V here. Really enjoyed that. The great idea behind it. I love this, again, this neckline here and the shoulder and arms colour of shirt is what I absolutely, it is one of my favourites. It really is a cool shirt to wear. Sometimes I wear it every now and again still, but not really, because I'm not a big fan of that, to be honest with you. But as I say, as a design overall, Umbro did really well with this one. Shirt number 8 in my all-time 10 shirts is this one, which is basically fondly remembered as the Dean Ashton style shirt. There's a lot of good memories with this, with Dino scoring his goals. Again, I really like what the design up here for the shoulders, and also the neckline. This is the first shirt I ever bought as a current West Ham fan. Literally the very first ever current shirt that I bought, I should say. I really enjoyed that season. So it was a beautiful stuff from Dino, and this, as I say, is my number 8. Number 7 is this Adidas, or Adidas, depending on your pronunciation, shirt that evokes a lot of very good memories for me. For example, the League Cup game where we beat Spurs for the first time in Christ knows how long. Very good. Again, very retro styled, as Adidas or Adidas, depending on your pronunciation, like to do. Glad that the 3 trims didn't go all the way down to the bottom. Again, really nice mod style collar on the shirt. I wore this a lot, and it has some very good memories of me. Of course, obviously the Ravar Morrison memories of mostly Spurs, if I'm honest with you, mostly Spurs memories. But really enjoyed that season, and this again, I really like this shirt. 6th on the list of my all-time top 10 favourite West Ham shirts is, ironically, the number 6 shirt that Bobby Moore used to wear in the mid-60s. This one, I absolutely love this shirt. I love the simple badge that the club was wearing at the time. I love the fact how nice it looks with the long sleeves as well, for that matter. Iconically worn by Bobby Moore, as I said, and Jeff Hurst and loads of everybody else in the 60s. Very nice design, and again encapsulates it by the neckline. So yeah, this is my number 6. At number 5 is the legendary, iconic Paolo Di Canio, as this was advertised when the club resold it a few years ago. The 99 to 2000 Doc Martens, and again, nice cool collars. Collar on here. Love this stripe running all the way down from the shoulder to down the shoulder down to the elbow. Great fit again, great material as well for that matter. And again, as I say, the Paolo Di Canio style shirt, and it just evokes obviously a lot of memories of the late 90s, early 2000s, and when the shirt was originally in. So again, I'm very happy to have this. I've worn this a lot on the channel over the last couple of years. So this shirt is very much my favourite. So let's head into the top 4. So at number 4 is the Boys of '86 shirt. Again, it's a replica because I would have been the shirt that I would have bought if I was around at that time as a supporter. I would have been a lot smaller. So yeah, this is the Boys of '85-'86. Very nice cotton here as well. Again, a good neckline. Great idea with the little blue stripes here as well for that matter, and of course obviously the retro badge. So this is my 4th favourite shirt of all time. Now let's talk about my number 3. So the 3rd shirt is the last ever season at the bowling, Upton Park, whatever you want to call it. This is my absolute favourite, and I've only actually worn this 4 times in general. The first time I ever wore this was the last game of the season at the bowling when we beat Man United 3-2, that wonderful, glorious night. The only other time I've worn this shirt was when we played Man United, was it 2 years ago? Yeah, 2 years ago. I've worn this one other time on the channel, and that's it. Over the last 4 years, I've only worn this 4 times. It is a beautiful callback to the retro style, again with this neckline, for example, and of course obviously the memorial notes here under the badge confirming that it's a 2015-2016 shirt, and that's what I refer it to as. I don't refer it to as the paille shirt that a lot of people do, but I put this to me is very special, and not only because it's the shirt for the last season of the bowling, but also, sorry for the sound problem, as you can see from the back here, it represents, I got that done on the first day of the season, because it represents the 4 generations of my family, the Micklewrights, being at the bowling. So this is the reason why it's my 3rd favourite of all time. So let's talk about my 2nd favourite of all time. So this is number 2 in my top 10 favourite West Ham shirts that I own. And this is the birth of West Ham as far as I'm concerned. 4 generations of my family supporting the team since the 10 Mines Works days. And I couldn't be more proud. My number 3 shirt with the 15-16 bowling ground shirt is the death of West Ham as we all know it, as far as I'm concerned. Ever since we've been in the London Stadium, the results have been very West Ham, but the feel of West Ham seems to have been dead since then. And so let's go to my all-time number 1 shirt. So there you go, guys. This is my number 1 out of the top 10 favourite shirts of West Ham of all time. And as you probably could have imagined, it is the day that this is the shirt that represents the day I was born. 10th of May 1980, the Trevor Brooking replica shirt. The majority of all of these replica shirts can be purchased in the links in the description below for this channel sponsor 3retro.com, so go check those out. But as I say, this to me is my all-time number 1, not just because it represents the day I was born. I have always loved the design. I love the little claret and blue round here. I love the collar as well. I love the simplicity. The original 1980 FA Cup final shirt had Admiral down the sides here, on both sides. That would have been perfect if that had come out as the replica. It would have been a 100% faithful replica to the original. This shirt obviously has also influenced this season's away kit as well. Beautiful shirt nonetheless. So thank you very much for your time, guys. Thank you very much for watching. And of course, let me know in the comment section below what your favourite 10 shirts are of all time. It doesn't have to be the same as mine because we're all individual and we all have different tastes. But thank you very much for your time, and I will see you tomorrow. All the best.